You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason.
Your co-host, Danny.
Fans, we got a full show for you today, and it is all about the Olympics. Oh, boy. What a past few days here. Competition is in full swing. This past weekend, you had the likes of Noah Lyles going for gold and getting gold by the skin of his little chinny chin or by his torso. Photo finish / the machines, the technology, confirming that he crossed the finish line first. Is by the torso, not by the foot, not by the head. It's by the torso. And so America comes out with the win. Noah Lyles comes out with the win. A few countries are probably upset, especially Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's been confirmed that Noah Lyles is the fastest man on earth. And so what say you, Danny, about that race?
I don't know what it has been, but our sprinters from the USA their starts are slower. So they have to gain a lot. Mm-hmm. And 100 meters is not a lot of time to gain. And Noah Lyles was behind, and he walked everybody down. And he was even shocked that he won. Because at first he thought he lost. The Jamaican had Fred Curley on his left, who was running a heck of a race, who ended up, getting bronze. And I think he didn't catch Noah right at that end, and he did the lean on him. So great race, photo finish. You want to see him try to see if he can do the double up with the 200. Oh man, it was an exciting race, seeing it live, and just everyone waiting just to see what happened, because even the announcers, they thought the Jamaican won. They thought it was a wrap, and then everyone was like, what? So congratulations to Noah Lyles, man. It was a heck of a race. Way to pull back and come back after the start.
But just as you say, Danny, about the starts, and I have to say, in viewing Sha'Carri Richardson's race, I too thought her start was just not good. Looked at it, and let me take it back in my track days. All right, it's been some time ago, but I'm gonna take it back here a little bit, Danny. I always like shooting out of the blocks. So my lead leg was, or should I say, my push-off leg was the left leg. Mm-hmm. And then I would power with my right. But I wouldn't immediately like hit the ground, because to me that allows you to lose a little traction, lose a little momentum shooting out of the block. But what do I know? I'm not a world racer. World class sprinter. That's just how I did. I like to, start out. To each his own. Mm-hmm. But that's one thing I did notice about Sha'Carri Richardson's start, and where it seems like she immediately kind of goes to the ground. Her foot hits the ground.
Yep.
And to me, that's where I think it was attraction. But she takes silver. It wasn't close. I'll just say that it wasn't close. It was close for her to get silver.
Yeah.
But it sure wasn't close for her to get gold. And the first time in this country's history, St. Lucia captures an Olympic medal, but they also get gold by Julian Alfred, who shocked the world. And she did the thing. And just as I, give her kudos for shocking the world, She was going for the double herself, the 100 and 200. Gabby Thomas from the U.S. actually takes gold in the 200 meters, beating out Julian Alfred. So Julian Alfred gets the country's first two Olympic medals, a gold and a silver, for St. Lucia. But Gabby Thomas, she goes ahead and gets gold. What say you, Danny, about that race?
Ran that earlier today. It was Gabby Thomas's to lose, I thought. She looked really good in prelims and semis. And I thought she was going to break the world record because yesterday when she ran it, she ran about the same time and she actually slowed up yesterday when she finished, when she ran in because she has such a sizable lead. She's kind of slowed up. So I was hoping she would get at least the Olympic or world record. And she was about 5 tenths short, but she had a heck of a race and she was strong out the blocks compared to our 100-meter sprinters.
Mm-hmm.
So she was strong all the way through. I'm very curious to see Noah Lyles in his next race in the 200. And I want to watch his start because I know they mentioned too about them being back end sprinters. So I want to see, does he carry it like Gabby Thomas did today? Because she had a heck of a race, man. And congratulations to her. And also in that race, Jason, talk about close finishes. Brittany Brown gets bronze. And it was a very similar scenario to the Noah Lyles, where they had to look at the photo finish for her because it appeared I thought she lost. But she ended up taking third. She was waiting, and then finally got the result. So congratulations to the women getting 2 medals in that race. And it was a heck of a race. But now we move on to what I'm looking forward to is that 400-meter hurdles tomorrow.
And so, Danny, just as you mentioned about Gabby Thomas coming close to breaking the record, that record is held by none other than FloJo at 21.34 seconds. And man, it is still holding strong, man. Rest in peace, FloJo. Your record still stands. But Gabby Thomas, I think she's going to eventually do it. She may eventually do it, Danny. I have a feeling. The way that she came around that curve on that turn, and it's kind of like whiplash going to the straightaway. I think she has a shot. So we'll see moving forward. But Danny, one other race that I think should be called out here is that of the men's 1500 meter race, and where there was a shocker by Hocker out of Indianapolis with an Olympic record time of 3:27.65. He took it at the last 50 meters. And let me just say, I absolutely love when the athletes go for it. You could see this, the pain, the hurt, the grit, the grind in their face, and lo and behold, they're just going for it. Congratulations to Hacker out of Indianapolis, and congratulations to Nuguse, who came in third at 3:27.80. He actually came close to being a second by, one hundredth of a second. That too was a photo finish for second and third place between Kerr from the Great Britain and Nuguse, or let the goose is loose, as they would say down the straightaway. And the last Olympics winner, gold medal winner, came in fourth. Inga Brixton, who came in fourth. He led the entire way up until the very end. So, man, what a race that was, 1500 meter race. Just great competition all the way around, Danny. And just as we say that, man, the USA men's basketball team, they go ahead and prevail over Brazil, bringing the United States to 4-0, where the final score was 122-87. Pure dominance. in this game. Uh, Looks like LeBron has 12 points, 9 assists, 4 turnovers. Devin Booker ends up with 18 points. Anthony Edwards has 17 points. Anthony Davis, 13 points. Kevin Durant, 11 points. You do have Joel Embiid, who started, ends up with 14 points, 7 rebounds. The U.S. goes on. Looks like they'll face Serbia next. I think one upset of note here is that of France beating Canada, and so that bracket is going to be something else. Serbia prevails against Australia. Serbia was actually down big in this game, comes back, and they had to go into overtime, and where Serbia gets 95 wins 95-90 over Australia. And then Germany beats out Greece 76-63. That bounces Giannis out of the Olympics. And Danny, let me just ask this. It just seemed like with Giannis, it's good that he's back. I know end of the season, we were obviously concerned with his calf muscle. And so it's good to have him back, but I haven't seen any type of improvement. I know he had some time with Hakeem Olajuwon, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. I haven't seen that one single move. So I'm just wondering if we're just going to get the same old Giannis. Yeah, he's dominant. But are we going to get a small jump shot? Are we going to get some more footwork, some more him being down in the post? What we going to really get out of Giannis this year? And so I'm just curious. We have about a month.
Yep.
About a month and some change before the season starts, and so I'm hoping we see more out of Giannis, an improved Giannis, to pair up with Dame. There was a whole lot of action that the Bucks made. We'll see. What say you, Danny? Have you seen anything out of Giannis, or what say you about the USA men's basketball team?
On the Giannis front, where you're glad he lost from the Bucks perspective, so they can get him where he can get some rest.
Yes.
From an improvement standpoint, no, I haven't seen anything. And you wonder how severe that injury was, if it's like behind him now, or if there's anything that may linger with him into the season. Because the way that injury was described, it could just pop up out of nowhere on him and make it worse. So you can get some rest, and this is where they got to build some continuity, because even like a little baby skyhook or something from Giannis,
something, man, something
where change his game up just a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe he'll just keep it vanilla or whatever until he gets to the NBA and everything. But I look at it like, man, they got to take advantage of the 3 Celtics playing in the Olympics. Talked about this in the past. You got Embiid playing, and you just don't know how the bodies are going to react. So if you have the USA going deep into this, a couple more games, does that impact them from the Eastern Conference perspective? We won't know until the season starts, but just something to keep in the back of our minds. But that's where the Bucks can take advantage of someone like the Celtics, from a positioning standpoint, if that is the case. But we'll see. But
and that's a good point, Danny. I think, like you said, the Eastern Conference can be right for the taking, at least at the beginning of the season. I mean, like you said, the Celtics, Embiid. Here's my hope for Embiid and for any basketball player on a USA men's basketball team, and that is that they share information, or Embiid gets some kind of mentorship in terms of how to take care of your body. Because every time we talk about Embiid, or every time there's talk about Embiid on the radio, whatever the case may be, is how healthy is he? Is he in shape? How long is it going to take him to get in shape? And granted, he had an injury. I've seen him with the brace and everything on, or at least he hides it a little bit. It's got to come to a point in time in your career that you just kind of look at it like, okay, for the longevity of my career and to get this money, there's going to be
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot of money out here with this new NBA deal for years to come.
Yep.
So if I was any NBA player, I'm trying to extend my career as long as possible by staying in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a chef or
Yes.
buy services from a chef. You can get a trainer. I mean, there's things you can do to really help prolong your NBA career.
Mm-hmm.
You got to want to do it, obviously. But man, Embiid just looks completely out of shape.
Yeah, that's the way he's moving.
And yeah, and so
Slow and
it just
plodding.
makes you want.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, and so it just makes you wonder if he really needs to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he all the way healthy?
And if they're facing Jokic, Jokic is ready for him. We saw what happened the first go around with this matchup.
They're facing Jokic. I want to see this game.
Yes.
I want to see this game because it's going to be like, who gonna be put on Jokic? It's
Yep.
got to be Embiid,
Mm-hmm.
and and Jokic ain't gonna sit that long in this game.
Well, he's going all out for this one.
Hey, listen,
You know how bad he
I'm
wants to
expecting.
win this game?
Well, here's the thing. It'd be something. It'd be interesting if they do decide to double team him
Mm-hmm.
because Embiid not gonna be able to stick with them. So you're gonna have to put. You're gonna have to use some fouls. You're gonna
Yep.
have to use some bodies. And you have to double team him.
Agree.
And I'm predicting that Jokic don't get the better of Embiid anytime Embiid defends him.
Agree with that.
Upon us is the NFL season where preseason actually happened. Hall of Famers were inducted into the Hall of Fame. You had a shortened game between the Bears and the Houston Texans, where the Bears actually won. I think that's a team to maybe watch out for in the division, but I think the two top teams in the division are that of the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. But nonetheless, man, what a time! And preseason is here, Danny. That means football is literally right around the corner. What say you, Danny, about preseason?
Yeah, Jay, with the Olympics happening this weekend, preseason, you know how it is, man. They
Yeah.
weren't really playing that much. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious though to see if some of the rookies do play this weekend and get some time. I know there's been rumors like Jaden Daniels from the Commanders and a few others, but just want to see what's out there, man. I'll peek at the Falcons, see what they're doing, and because
Mm-hmm.
but they're gonna keep it vanilla. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to show anything right now, and they shouldn't be really playing the stars because the season being as long as it is. So no, I'm excited to see what's upon us, and like you said, a couple weeks we'll be in kickoffs.
Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.